Los Angeles to me is a garden city. The fact that it has so much nature in it and the amount of space, vast spaces in between, makes it like no other city. It's like this, so much space, so much beauty, so much nature, the ocean. Because of that, I've chosen with a lot of intention to live in a place in Los Angeles near nature. If you take the moment and can take yourself to places, we live in paradise, right? On one hand, there's the kind of life we have, and then on the other is what is a reality. It's called cosmic process. And it's always been here and will always be, and that's whole worlds being born, dying, reaching high levels of spirituality, of intellectuality, of aesthetics, dying and coming back. So I feel so blessed to be able to be in this moment where I can see both. And I think that's my responsibility as an artist. When the fires happened in 2018, where we lost everything, we lived about 1.5 miles from here, and we had to find a place. Immediately, the art community was so there. We were offered this beautiful little house. Come on in. My husband, Carey, when we were going through it, I was crying, and I said to him, how can we ever recover? And he said, Lita, it's not about recovering, it's about reinventing. We thought we could only be here 4 months. They never thought it would be, I don't know how many years is this. Our house isn't finished yet, it's almost there. The fire, it's our new reality. And even today, I'm feeling it's that kind of weather, and there's a new fire up in Castaic. So it's like, it's with us all the time. We need to understand how to fortify ourselves, our bodies, and our minds, and our psyches to be able to know how to be in this, because it really is the new future. 6 years ago, I was a wreck. We were homeless. And so the community came hugely for me in so many ways. And this time around, it's the same thing. Catherine Andrews was one of our graduate students. She's lost everything. Diana Thader, dear colleague, Kelly Akashi, the list goes on and on that we all know. But there's been a tremendous outpour. The artist community is fantastic. When I moved in, which was during the pandemic, nature really came back, and there were dozens of rabbits, dozens of squirrels, birds, ducks, and I really healed here. I'm very sensitive to the land, and I see the barren hills, and I cry because they're so dry. Pay attention to the earth, pay attention to the feet. In 1975, I was at the Metropolitan Museum in the Egyptian section, and there was a sarcophagus that was kind of standing up, and I heard those words, pay attention to the feet. I thought, that's strange, and I wrote it down in my notebook, forgot about it. A couple years later, I'm in my studio, I'm opening the page and it says, pay attention to the feet. So I go, pay attention to the feet. Oh, pay attention to the ground. Oh, pay attention to the earth. And that's when I started to do my land art. Marks on the land that were about connection. I'm talking as the land, right? I have an interiority, I have a subjectivity, I'm expressing myself. Understand that you guys need to have a relationship with me. I think it starts with fostering and focusing on closer relationship to oneself. Not an easy thing to do. Once you get that, then you realize how sensitive everything is, and then you begin to do the same with the land. We just don't exist on our own. It's this incredible, vast, complex system that goes all the way through the cosmos. I grew up in Tunisia, and where the relationship to the land is right there. It's so sweet, with the Mediterranean in front of me, the smell of jasmine in the air, music. We're talking about Africa, so there's a different sense of nature there, very different sense of the land. This is unusual, this light. Look at that. That's smoke. The original piece that I did was in 1978, and a Tunisian curator says, we've got to recreate it somewhere. It's so much about longing and Tunisia. What it ended up doing was actually being very healing, and it was like a homecoming, you know, thinking of it as a gesture of protection. Mediterranean cultures, they give you things like the evil eye, right? They give you something to protect your house, you know, that kind of thing. Blue is a big thing. So it's more in that vein of that ancient tradition that I'm so really part of. I used to close my eyes and I would see entire planets covered in this ultramarine blue pigment. Everybody is drawn to it. And so I just feel it's some kind of remembrance in our DNA. Like, what is it? You know, maybe it is because it connects us to the sky. Hopefully the art does something to the viewer to do some kind of shift in perspective. I like being in motion all the time, and I like extremes. And for me, just going in these curves every day is just really fun. I hope I'm not scaring you. We're in Broad Beach. It's a private beach that has public access. And I've been coming here for years, doing what I call my energetic meditations that are done while running. And then I usually jump in the water, and I usually come first thing in the morning. I don't think it's a matter of hope, you know? I think it's a matter of being. What one has to do is be as strong as possible. And I think the stronger you are physically, spiritually, intellectually, the more you can handle. But this is a practice I've done whether there's a fire or no fire. It's part of my life. I mean, there's nothing like the breath when you're exercising that much and you're taking in and then you connect it to like the sun or the wind. You embody that yourself. And you feel good. You feel really energized. So. Go back to the studio, start drawing.